Hi, Kev Rogers, Chief Exec of Spark, which is a social enterprise based here in Wirral, and we are the youth employment hub for young people aged 16 to 25 in partnership with the Department for Work and Pensions. And we also have the only youth enterprise hub right across the Liverpool City region where we engage with young people aged 16 to 30. I'm a strong believer is the day you stop learning is the day you stop living, and I'm very passionate about continued professional development. But running a small organisation, you don't always have the budget to invest in your staff at the level you wish to invest. So when I got introduced to a colleague from Liverpool John Moores University, Christine Walters, she made me aware of the apprenticeship levy fund, which I had heard of but didn't fully understand. After a few meetings and a few coffees and a couple of cakes, I realised that this is a possibility of me investing in my team. So when I made aware, and it was made aware to me that it was achievable, we then had to find a sponsor. So using the Liverpool Combined Authority, they made me aware of Peel Ports Group.
Skills for our employees and skills for the future are our focus at Peel Ports Group, and that doesn't mean just for our employees, it also means for our wider communities. Because we pay into the levy, we then have the opportunity to share that levy with smaller organisations and with charities across the region. So what we did was we were introduced via the local Combined Authority to Spark, which were a social enterprise organisation that were really focused on working with young people from a disadvantaged and disengaged background. That really spoke to us at Peel, especially because we're looking at skills for the future across all of our areas. Once we got introduced to Spark, they then talked about the opportunity where they had 2 employees who were really looking to grow and develop their skills. And at Peel Ports, we feel that cost shouldn't be a barrier to learning those core skills to deliver the future. So we decided to sponsor 2 of their employees to go through a leadership and management qualification, which will hopefully allow them to grow and build the hundreds, if not thousands, of young people that they influence across the Liverpool City region.
When Peel, LJMU and the Liverpool City Region Combined Authority accepted our application, it was probably one of the highlights of my career, where I went to 2 of my team who genuinely did not believe university was a pathway for them, to tell them they've secured a place in university.
I watched all my friends go from high school to college or sixth form to uni, and I didn't take that route. I got an apprenticeship, and then it just kind of felt like it was getting farther and farther away.
I'd already been to university when I was younger. When I completed my A-levels, I dropped out and went and got a career instead, thinking that academia wasn't for me. I went through my career not having very much higher level career development and professional development, and then I came to Spark, where that option was given to me. Having spoke to Chris at LJMU, I've got to understand what the programme offered and how it varied from the traditional academic courses, and thought that doing it as I'm working would be a better way for me to learn.
Having the opportunity to work full time but also learn part-time while getting a degree without the debt, it feels unbelievable. And I think when I was told that it was a possibility, it took a while for it to sink in, because it was just really good.
We're learning and then we're applying straight away. That's the beauty of the apprenticeship, is I don't have to wait and plan to use it. I use the knowledge as soon as it's given, and then I feed that back and reflect on that in my assignments of how I implemented it, how it's benefited me and my organisation.
I would say that the course has exceeded my expectations. I didn't realise how much growth I would have while being on the course, and that is not just professional, but it's also personal growth.
If this opportunity presents itself, seize it. I didn't know this opportunity existed. It was only through a conversation with Chris that we sat down and she went, "Why aren't you at uni?" "What do you mean?" So the opportunities are there, people need to take them, and when it's presented to you, absolutely jump on it. The course will do wonders for your own development, the organisation's development, your confidence, your self-esteem. So go do it.
So the partnership with LJMU to deliver this leadership and management qualification is because of the credibility that the university actually brings to the courses that they actually deliver, the understanding of our local communities, and that real investment in local people developing their skills, growing their skills, and embedding them back into the Liverpool City region.
But one of the things you have to do to keep your organisation alive and thriving is look beyond the now. And my ambition for Spark is to grow. And in that growth model is a leadership tier, a management tier. And what best way to fulfill those roles than invest in your staff to show progression? Because at the moment, there's not many progression opportunities for my team. But once this opportunity arises, and I have 2 staff qualified as a level 6 through the Apprenticeship Levy Fund in Chartered Management Institute, I think they're going to be a strong contender for those roles.